Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I'm driving a 2002 BMW 325i wagon. Up front is a 2.5 liter inline 6 and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission.
This video is sponsored by CarMarshal.com. If you'd like to support the channel, click the link down in the description below. CarMarshal.com advertises for over 100,000 vehicles across the US.
But let's get back to that 2.5 liter inline 6. Well, it's the smaller engine offered in the E46 chassis. This is an E46 chassis. That's the chassis designation for this body style. But it is still that BMW smooth, straight 6. No frills, no crazy peak power, no crazy surges in the power, nothing like that. And I really, really like that. It's a really smooth drivetrain. So, 2.5 liter. It's not going to blow the doors off of anything, that's for sure, but what it will do is it delivers solid, reliable power without making a fuss about it. It's just a good revving car. It's so smooth. It's like butter. Oh, everything is so smooth about it. And I'm saying 17 years later, 185,000 miles later, everything is still so smooth, and that's really BMW's charm. Like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed manual, and honestly I like the manual too. It really thumps into gear, a really satisfying thump, and I really like that. I like knowing that my car is in gear and it's not going to strain it out or anything like that. And last but not least, the 325i Estate is rear wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a bunch of different gauges. I love BMW gauges. They are some of my favorite gauges. But we do have, on the far left is my fuel, then my speedometer, then my tachometer, then the coolant gauge all the way to the right, as well as a little information screen down at the bottom. This is just for my odometer and stuff like that. On the steering wheel, on the left, I have my volume controls, track up and down, stuff like that. And on the right, I do have my cruise control options. To the left, I do have my headlight switches as well as my fog light switches, stuff like that. Then on the door, I have nothing but my mirror adjustment switch. In the center, I do have two cooling vents, cooling and heating vents. Then I have my radio, which has the classic BMW business CD written on it, which is sort of interesting. I still don't know what this quite means, the business CD as opposed to a leisure CD or something of the sort. But I do have a radio, I do have my climate controls, which are decently extensive climate controls, especially for 2002. And then I have a little cubby hole down at the bottom and a cigarette lighter. Then we get to the shifter. The shifter, like I said, has a good throw. I really like it, and I like the wood-looking shift knob. I think it's a really well-presented shift knob. And then, of course, this is where you find your window switches. So this is a European slash BMW slash just sort of weird thing to do, to put the window switches down on the center console. The seats are nice and comfortable. They are wrapped in the same tan leather that you find throughout the rest of the interior. But speaking of seats, let's do a backseat review, and then we'll talk about the special part of this car. All right, so we are in the back of the 2002 BMW 325i Estate, and honestly, from right where I'm sitting, I could not tell if it is a wagon or a sedan. I have the same little fold-out ashtray down here. I'd honestly say legroom is very similar, if not the same, as the sedan. I mean, you really don't get any more legroom because it's a wagon, and I think that's a little bit of a shame, but it's not the end of the world. I do have power windows on the doors, a center console, which is just, open that if you want, but it's the whole headrest. Oh wait, the cup holders actually fold out of the headrest. That's kind of neat. But overall, it's not that crazy of a back seat. You're not going to really benefit from having a wagon in terms of a back seat. So take that as you will. Last but not least, we do have a very nice sunroof in the 325i Estate. Now, let's talk about the exterior, the looks, and obviously the elephant in the room is the fact that this is a wagon. This is the first E46 wagon. I believe it's actually the first BMW wagon I have reviewed a 5 Series wagon that I will leave at the end of the video. But this is the first 3 Series wagon that I've done, and honestly, I like it a lot. It makes the car a lot more practical, and these are a lot more rare. Especially 17 years later, you don't really see as many E46 wagons as you especially did, and you definitely don't see as many wagons as you do see sedans. And like I've said in all my other E46 reviews, which I will leave at the end of the video, I love this chassis. I think this is one of the best chassis to come from BMW. I love it. It's so good. I think it really holds up. I think it really retains the modernness. I think if you put someone in this car, they would say that looks like a 2015, honestly, because it doesn't look brand spanking new, but it doesn't look old either. And it's this really nice middle ground of how well it looks, how nice it is, and stuff like that. But I just can't get over the fact that it's a wagon. I think it makes the E46 so much more useful. And so because it is a wagon, let's give that the proper review. Let's go talk about the wagonness. All right, so hopefully the wind and the highway don't screw me with the audio, but we are around back of the 325i. There is a little button under here to pop it up, and then we're in the trunk. Now, I do have this really nice cargo cover that I can pull over. If I can do it one-handed. There we go, little bit of a privacy cover, which is nice in case you have anything back here you don't want shown. Now, most BMWs have this underneath the trunk, but they actually put it right here. This is what the car was originally equipped with from the factory. So we got a universal garage door opener, CD player, security, and pre-wired for BMW cell phones, which obviously no longer matter. We have a couple tie downs up here. I don't know if you can see that. I hope that comes across well. A couple different tie downs. These obviously not factory. The owner just has those as a precaution. But we do have these vents back here. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can see that. That is a 12-volt outlet back here. That is really, really nice. Overall, it's a good-sized trunk. I don't know if it's that much larger than a sedan's trunk. You definitely get the upper space, though. Obviously, because it is a wagon, you could stack stuff all the way up to the ceiling. So if you're in a band, if you sell stuff, if you're moving into college, this might be a good idea for you, because this hatch really is something special, and it's definitely a lot bigger than any other BMW chassis, at least of this time period. So I really like the wagon. I love wagons just in general, and I think BMW's shot at it is a really, really good one. Overall, I have to say this is probably one of the most useful BMWs I've driven. I love that it's a stick shift. I love that it's a manual rear-wheel drive wagon. You can get this thing to do donuts and burnouts while carrying 4 people and a golden retriever. This is a really, really can do, will do it all sort of vehicle, and I really, really like that. And I think if you're looking to get one of these older BMWs and you don't care as much, why wouldn't you get a wagon? Why wouldn't you want to be more practical? I think these things look absolutely great, and it just kind of makes sense. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something about the 2002 BMW 325i Estate. This is definitely something unique, something different. You don't see a whole lot of these wagons left, and I really, really like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really like to. Take care, guys. Aside from my soul.